Welcome to your Week 8 Announcements TE 869 students. Well, I'm back in Kearney. Not very well rested, but I will get that way. It was a wonderful few days at home in Hays, Kansas, where my daughter and grandson and son-in-law live. So I do have, before we put away all that grandbaby business, I do have one picture to show you. And here they are. Let's see, that's Sarah, my daughter, Nick, her husband, and there's the little boy, Andrew Charles. So we had a great time. Beautiful baby. Thanks for your patience through that time. Well, this week we had the Beyond Newberry and Caldecott crossword puzzle game. Many of you participated, and if you haven't, you still can. Just be sure to turn it in before Sunday midnight. The winners of the game were Christina, Shanna, George, Shannon, and Roseanne. Congratulations! I'll put your prize in the mail soon. And everyone who participates will receive 10 points extra credit. So, the week has finally arrived. We're going to study fantasy or historical fiction books. Remember, you can choose one or the other and make sure that it fits your plan so that it's kind of like double dipping, but that's okay. The plan was set up that way. You get to choose a book and be sure to read the chapter that corresponds, either chapter 10 or chapter 12 in Tunnel and Jacobs. And I just couldn't help but pull out some of my favorites in each category. We will start with historical fiction because I do like historical fiction. One, if you haven't read the Laurie Halsey Anderson Fever, 1793, that's a really terrific one. And this one you may not have heard of. It's Girl in a Cage by Jane Yolen, and it's really about royalty in Scotland and how it was to be treated when a throne is overturned. Not very well. Not that the throne was overturned very well, but being treated. And it was very interesting. Jane Yolen does a super job with historical fiction. And then one you may have heard of. If you haven't read it, it's a really excellent read, and kids love this book. Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. Now, for fantasy, we've talked a lot about it already, but the Wizard of Oz books, if you did not know, there are 14 Wizard of Oz books by L. Frank Baum. Everybody knows of the first one, but the others are quite good too, and this might be an opportunity for you to read one of them. My favorite in the series is Ozma of Oz. It's the third one. Inkheart has been a pretty popular series lately by Cornelia Funk. That's 3 books in that series. We've talked about Hunger Games, wonderful series. Oh, and Hunger Games, and Is It Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, all terrific. And then one that you may not have heard of, but one of my favorites, and it's an oldie but a goodie, is Half Magic by Edward Eger. They've redone the covers, so they look all spiffy now. There's a series of them. Let's see. Half Magic, Knight's Castle, Magic by the Lake, The Time Garden, Magic or Not, The Well-Wishers, and 7-Day Magic. This book is one that is a surefire winner. You would give it to children probably after Magic Treehouse books. It's a little bit tougher than those, but I have rarely had a student not like Half Magic. It's got some fantasy elements, but it's still a lot of reality, so it's easy for kids to follow. About 4th grade is when I began introducing this book to students who were interested. Also, there's a Wizard of Oz artifact in your screen that I'm not going to tell you about. If you see it and you're the first one to email me and tell me that you saw it, I will send you a prize in the mail. How exciting. All right, let's see. When you post this week, there's 2 threads, the fantasy readers thread and the historical fiction readers thread. Post a reply, click on whichever thread you want to participate, click on it, and then click on reply, and that's how you'll post. You do not want to begin a new thread. You'll be out there all by yourself. So good luck with that. I'm sure you can do it. Be sure to use statements and quotes from your book and the text to support your answers. Again, I always love this particular discussion, probably more than any other for the whole rest of the semester. So enjoy it, and I'm signing off.